who needs to hear this right now, but the less people celebrate you is the more that it actually shows that you're winning. Think about it. People love clapping for mediocrity. They'll hype up the bare minimum all day long. But the moment that you actually level up, silence, crickets, no likes, no comments, no congratulations. But you check your story views and they're there every single day. So here's what's actually happening. Your success makes them uncomfortable. Some stay quiet because praising your win forces them to confront their own loss. They study your moves. They check your page like it's their job. The silence isn't proof you're failing. It's proof you're doing something they can't ignore. Do me a favor, keep building, because the right people are seeing you and the rest, they're just the audience.
Hey ladies, this is your friendly reminder that your haters and the people who secretly admire you will never give you the validation you deserve, so please give it to yourself. When they start to see things come into fruition, they're not going to want to let you know that you're on the right track. This can be very painful. This can be very polarizing. It can be very disrupting to your spirit and discouraging because naturally we can look to our peers, our family, our friends, our coworkers, people around us to signal to us that we're on the right path or that we're doing the right things. And that's natural, right? That's human. But it gets a little sinister when your excellence threatens people and then they purposely go out of their way to ignore you, which is why it's all the more important that we are telling ourselves that we are doing great jobs. We're telling ourselves that we're okay. We are telling ourselves that we're on the right path. This is not easy, but when you unlock this skill, you become a beast. And I want to start to teach the things I do to leverage my haters and learn to love myself and uplift myself and praise myself despite people withholding praise and validation. A lot of people cannot stomach when you surpass their expectation, when you are doing things that they maybe perceive as unattainable, or if you are just simply not needing them, before you make a move on something. So if you have a narcissistic parent or friend, who you always went to before you made a decision, and they used to love the fact that you needed their validation or approval before you did a thing, and then you decide to start doing that thing without them, or you make a really huge decision and don't consider them, it can be very upsetting to these people, and you'll start to see a bit of a shift in how they treat you because of it. But that is neither here nor there. That is not your concern. This is your life, ladies. Okay, I know a lot of people in your life, whoever they may be, may try to make you feel like, because they have some type of position in your life, that means they have some type of say. But I would beg to differ. This is your life. You choose what you want to do, how you live your life. It is yours to live. And one of the ways that we need to start unlocking our greatest potential and really shaking the room with our moves and not needing people's validation is to take radical action on the things that you talk about. Instead of opening your mouth to everyone around you, I want you to just make a decision and start acting toward it. If it's to move abroad, start saving and aggressively saving. And you can tell a person, you can tell a few people here and there, but start taking radical action toward it. If it's to change a career path, if it's to start being celibate, if it's to cut your hair, if it's to grow your hair, if it's to go on a weight loss journey, a healthy weight gain journey, whatever it is, start taking radical action without permission. And see how that rattles some people in your life. See how that makes some people, clutch their pearls almost, because you have the audacity to move without needing their approval. And then when the results appear, when you finally go outside the country and you're successful in getting a home, when you finally gain the weight or lose the weight, when you finally get the clear skin, you get the job, you get the business, you get the career transition, you get the man because you were focused on yourself and you were celibate, you get the dream, husband or partner, whatever. Let your results speak for themselves. Let your results be loud. Because something I noticed about people who don't like when you don't need their approval is they are banking on your downfall, and they're hoping that you'll give them play-by-plays on your life so that they can try to sabotage it, so they can try to destiny swap, so they can try to discourage you and talk you down. So when you move in silence and you make things happen, and it's because you've taken radical action without permission from the people around you, it disarms these people. It makes them realize that they are not powerful and that they are not the main character in your story, okay? I don't know where some of these people come out thinking that they are the main character in your life. This is your life, and you make decisions and you make plays based on how you want things to go, not how they want you to move or what they want out of your life. And of course, when you do win, people are going to be salty. Be prepared for the salty peanut gallery that's watching from the sidelines and, will sprinkle and breadcrumb you a compliment or a congratulations, but, really deep down, they hate you. Or be aware of the people who are going to spectate and watch and come off as stalkerish, but not have one good thing to say or be supportive of you in any way, shape, or form. Be prepared for that, because that can be sometimes upsetting and frustrating because, again, you're watching my life, you're invested through social media or through word of mouth, because you are in my business and you talk to people who know me. And instead of you to be like, wow, you're killing it, congratulations, this is so cool, this is so amazing, you're just watching. And you're hoping that if you just watch and withhold your support, I will not take action on what I'm doing, or I will not feel good or happy about what I've chosen to do. Baby, that's not how it works. This was going to happen whether you put your stamp of approval on it or not. Who do these people really think they are? It's crazy what social media and just what society and socialization has come to, because people honestly think that if they withhold their support, or if they withhold giving you praise, validation, cheering for you, congratulating you, that means that you will maybe regret your decision or feel like you're not all that. You do not have that much pull in my life. I'm really sorry to say it. You do not mean that much to me. But this is what I'm saying. Social media has made people think that, if I don't double tap this, she's going to second guess this post. If I don't comment on this, she's going to second guess her decision. If I withhold, my support and praise, she's going to think she made the wrong move. Okay, maybe on a weak-minded woman or a little girl, maybe that would work. But not on somebody who has shed the need for people to validate her. I don't care. I don't care enough for your stamp of approval to stop doing what I'm doing or to feel some type of way. You don't hold that much power. And that in itself is going to piss a lot of people off when you do not care that they're not validating you, when you do not care that they're not giving you permission or a stamp of approval. And, we're human, so let's be real. I know it can be hurtful if there's complete radio silence when you have a huge major win. Let's say you got engaged, you got a new job, you got a new car, you're moving, you bought a house, you got approved for an apartment, whatever your winning season looks like for you. It can be very painful when people are silent, especially if they're close to you, like family. But what I need you to understand is it's time to start leveraging your haters. It's time to start using your haters as a guide for how great you're doing. So this is how we transmute the BS. If people are silent and you have overcome something traumatic and incredible, and now you're doing something great with your life and you are in a huge winning season in your life, and people are choosing to be silent, they're choosing to withhold, please use that as a guide and as a gauge as to how amazing you are and how amazing you are doing. That's what I mean when I say leveraging your haters. Okay, you don't want to give me positive feedback? Great. I'm going to use the negative feedback as a guideline to how much of a bad bitch I am. I'm going to use the negative feedback. Since you don't want to give me positive feedback, I'm going to use your silence and your, backhanded compliments and your withholding as a feedback meter, as a meter and as a gauge as to how amazing and how well I'm doing. Because if all of you are withholding your praise, your compliments, your congratulations from me, and I have overcome something, or I am in a great season of my life, and you claim to be my friend, my acquaintance, my coworker, my family member, whatever, and you know me in real life, and you withholding love and congratulations, I'm going to use your silence as a way to measure how great I'm doing. So the more people who are silent, the bigger I know I just popped off. The more you are quiet, the more you withhold, the bigger the blessing is. And that to me is how I validate myself. So if you have to go out of your way to withhold congratulations, to withhold being supportive and happy for me, I know that I snapped. I know I went all the way off with whatever I'm coming to the internet about, or whatever I just won, or whatever I am successful in this season. So, ladies, I just want to encourage you all to please not feel like you are not that girl if people withhold. Because the sinister thing that these people do is, if they are threatened by your beauty, your light, whatever, they will pick and choose who they want to uphold and who they want to, give praise to. They'll give praise to the girl who is non-threatening. They'll give praise to the girl who, may not be as aesthetically pleasing as you. And that's all by design. That's all on purpose to make you feel like, oh, so what? Yeah, look, just because you're beautiful and just because you have a great personality and a beautiful heart, that doesn't mean you're better than anyone. This girl who doesn't have anything of what you have is getting all the love and praise, so you need to sit down and humble yourself. It is evil and it is sick, some of the things that these people try to do and project onto you, which is psychological warfare. So the way that you beat these people is to bite down. If they want to uphold and uplift and praise mediocrity and people who are non-threatening, let them. Let them, because that doesn't stop your beauty. It doesn't stop your great, beautiful, bright light. It doesn't stop your anointing. It doesn't stop your favor. They think that if they withhold it, all those things will go away. But it's quite the opposite. We're going to learn to pop it even louder and even more when people choose to be silent. And you're going to bother a lot of people who are hoping and banking on your confidence and your self-esteem taking a hit when they choose to withhold praise and validation from you that you absolutely deserve. So ladies, drop down in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts down below on this topic. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.